Ladies and gentlemen, I I really am confused. I do not know what's happening. I um I believe that maybe the problem with the sentient weapon may be done. We have had quite a day. We've fought against the Hawk and the Ederran armies. We've fought against spellcasters, and we found ourselves face to face with the paladin, Herr Walter Faust. He claimed that we needed to kill him in order to face Paraso, and then Abel had a lot more information than we expected, and said that if we killed Faust, then Faust would fight Paraso and not Filnyr. At some point, they wanted me to fight. I really don't know. Filnyr ended Faust's life, and then impaled him. A tree grew, lightning hit the tree, and almost killed Abel, and frankly almost killed me. But after it was all done, apparently it gave us gifts that we have yet to figure out. And now we have the Ederran army staring us down, and their dead leader is behind us. May the gods be with us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Dungeon Dads.
Oh, yeah.
Heroes rise, heroes fall. I see 'em on the front line, standing tall. They're risking life and limb to answer the call. But what they fighting for? Don't know, don't care. Just along for the ride. But if you want my stand, I'ma make sure I'm on the winning side.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. Oh man,
What a nice, relaxing, fun game this is we play with each other.
That intro just put me. I was so at ease.
I'm not anymore. Yeah,
It's just like, just gonna kick back with my friends, have a couple of drinks, really just roll some dice, just have a good time.
yeah. John reminded us that the last 10 episodes have all been within the confines of 2 days. It's crazy.
What are you doing to us, Tom?
Yeah. Well, the thing that Jonas didn't mention that I think is worth mentioning is not just that the Ederran army is there staring you down and you have just killed their leader, but that the darkness that was being contained within the Briar wall that you see to the distance has scaled it, gone
Darkness is
outside
spreading.
of it.
Twin brother darkness.
And it's double dragon, man. It's double dragon. It's gonna get weird in here, but just go with it. And as I'm thinking about this and the way this looks to you guys, is this old tower is up on a bluff, and so you can see down below the bluff. It's 100 feet down and 500 or 600 feet sort of away. So it's a rise of 150 feet and a run of about 500 feet, which is where the encampment is. So it's close. It's not super close. We're talking about, you got about a good run of 4 minutes, 3 minutes to get to the encampment. But you can see beyond it. You can see where Lakeshire is. You can see the caravan, which has deftly moved through the forest around the encampment and is out on the other side on the pathway toward Lakeshire. You also, this darkness that has breached the wall, you can see that Briar wall now in its full glory. It's a complete ring. It's a perfect circle. And the darkness is not from some weird otherworldly source, it's like it's just shade, and the shade is from very low storm clouds, and
okay, that's not supernatural or otherworldly
well, I
at
mean,
all.
it's
That's
it's
great.
not
Good.
it's not like Filnyr's sucking, slurping tentacles of death and destruction.
It's not
You guys
magical
keep coming back to
darkness.
that. You just keep coming back
It is
to that.
really creepy. Like that spell, like God help me, that's the creepiest spell in this game we've seen so far.
Don't worry, guys. It's only shade from unnatural, low-lying storm clouds that are coming from some undefined origin.
Well, and
Whew.
it's not coming in a natural storm cloud kind of way. We're not
Well, why
talking
would it?
about
Yeah.
we're not talking about your average Darachow. We're talking about, you can see that it's almost like a line forming heading down the path that Abel and Filnyr came from. And as it sort of moves its way up, snakes its way along, maybe 100 feet off the ground, you see a flare go up.
Somebody said the words.
And then it keeps moving. It doesn't even slow down there. And another flare goes up. And as you watch, I don't know, maybe you watch this for 30 or 40 seconds, you just see that flares are going up in a line that follows that road, that follows where those guards were posted.
And they
Jonas,
were
do you still have that prestidigitation?
Sure.
Could you clean my pants, please?
Like, give him a nice pat on the ass.
Does it clean the soil on the inside and the outside, or just like the appearance of it, John?
I think it cleans him.
Yeah. So this trail is making its way toward you, and Hank is the only Ederran now who's up here with you, and Hank looks out and says, "What? Why are they sending the flares off? Do they know about Herr Walter Faust? Is this some kind of I don't know, memorial?"
Gentlemen, do you think
The
Bezleth is
dead
now,
approach.
Do you think Bezleth is now coming to have that conversation we asked for?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
This would not be an ideal time for that.
No. Sir, you said your name is Hank?
Hank.
There is danger on its way here.
My full name is Hankenald. My father was Reginald.
Mr. Hankenald, sir, you have an army. I suggest you point them in the direction of whatever darkness that is.
Well, that would be Herr Walter Faust would normally be the one leading them. There's his number 3 is down there, but his number 2 is over there, lying dead in the field by the tower where you slew him.
What does that make you?
I
an
remain an
alchemist.
apothecary, sir.
An apothecary, yes.
You have
As
nothing to do with
always.
this. Damn
He's
it,
a hired
nothing
hand.
to do with this army.
He's a hired hand, Ionas. He's
Well,
not.
You know who to talk to.
Well, now that my number 2's been dispensed with as well, I think we need to. We need to get that number 3. Get his army pointed at whatever it is that's coming. What does it look like the camp is doing?
So the camp is still reeling from the shower of stone and flesh and tree roots, viscera. Like it's like a bomb went off, and the detritus of the bomb has just come down all around them, and they are looking up at you all as though you're the source of it, which of course you are.
So they do see us.
They see you. They are too low to see this darkness approaching.
Do they see the flares? I mean, the flares were supposed to bring the army,
They
but
definitely are seeing the flares. I mean, without getting into their minds too much, like the bomb goes off in the tower and the flares go up.
Right. It's all relatively quick for them.
Yes, that's correct.
And where Florin and the caravan are sort of, they're not heading towards us or away from us. They're heading to Lakeshire, and they're clear. I mean,
Yes. Well, they're on the road toward Lakeshire. They have to pass Lakeshire to get to Lake and Hearth. Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Those of you on Patreon who are following along on our map, you can sort of see they're heading toward Lakeshire and then around the bend to head up north toward Lake and Hearth. Yeah.
But gentlemen, Hank, you know who to talk to. Get number 3 to point the army toward the darkness. Gentlemen, if this is indeed coming toward us, I have a way to protect us, but I need 10 minutes.
How quickly did these things seem to be moving?
This is probably it's about the same speed as what you guys took to get here, so it's probably an hour away.
Okay.
Jonas, no offense. You've said you had ways to protect us before.
I have a brand new spell book. I've discovered something very interesting within it. But it is a ritual.
And will this protect us for an indefinite period of time?
It would protect us for 8 hours. I would suggest that we head toward the Lake and Hearth wagon. If the band cannot stop whatever is coming, perhaps we can be within a protective barrier if she is indeed coming to talk to us.
Yeah. Here's our dilemma, right? Is we can't fight, I assume.
No. I can give us a long time to rest.
I am spent. I'm spent as spent can be.
As am I. I'm barely hanging on to my consciousness as we stand here.
And we can't flee. Because we cannot allow this tree to fall into the hands of whoever may be coming for it. Which to me means we only have one option, which is to bluff.
To blave.
Hank, do you have any potions that may help revive us, get us to a better state? We are all quite injured, and
I mean, I have some of Herr Walter Faust's supply here.
You won't be needing it anymore, clearly.
What is the name of the number 3 officer?
Doug Dolph.
That name sounds familiar.
Yes, he is a very proficient cleric of Tempest. In fact.
Yeah. Okay. Jonas, can we do our color swapping? Can we do our color swapping trick? Can you put me in Ederran clothes and Ederran finery? I've got this nice ring mail on, but I need to look like an Ederran officer.
Stand completely still. And he is now in an Ederran uniform.
Does he need to remain completely still?
He needs to do not move.
Wait. Do it again when I stand up on this cliff here. I'm gonna stand on the parapet over. Like, is the camp sort of within earshot of me?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's probably that's 100, 500. We're talking about a hypotenuse of 680, something like that.
Well, that's quick math, Tom.
So
our listeners will check it. I don't know.
Can you do that trick that makes my voice real booming and
well not anymore because I'm making you look like an Ederran soldier.
Oh yes, you can. You can have up to 3 of those. Are you doing minor illusion?
Oh, I can do sound and then have him look a certain way.
Yeah, because it's not a.
What an amazing cantrip!
It's a great cantrip. It's not a concentration either. So
what I meant to say was, I've got your back.
All right, so I'm
just going to lie down.
I'm going to stand on the balcony, sort of Eva Perón style. I go, men of the Ederran army, the dead approach. Form a line. Point at that direction. Point towards the encroaching. Clouds. Find Dugdolf. Organize a line quickly. Your lives may depend on it.
And there's some movement down in the camp at first, and they sort of look around and they look up.
Boom it, Jonas.
It's booming. Whatever you say, it's booming.
And you do see like the main tent and a very large gentleman. We're talking larger than any of you. If you had to guess, at least half a foot taller than any of the men that are around him.
Good grief.
Comes out from the main tent, and he is not wearing armor, but people are definitely deferring to him as though he is in charge.
Is this like WWE Brock Lesnar just walking out with?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dig Dug, the dead approach. With the darkness, organize a defense.
Oh, that goes back.
Dugdolf goes back into the tent and produces a giant great sword and begins walking up the hill toward the tower with 5 men.
Dugdolf, more like Doug Dawn, am I right?
Let's just hope he's not Dumdolf.
Well, let's hope he is. Don't amplify that.
Yeah, he did amplify that.
Oops, sorry. You said whatever it was you said. Sorry.
The dead approach with the darkness.
So Dugdolf arrives up with 5 retainers who are wearing armor, but Dugdolf is not, and he's just wearing a tunic that has Tempest's flaming sword on it, and he approaches and says, "There's something wrong with your armor, soldier."
And I said, "Guys, try to look as tough as you can."
I stand back up.
Stand up straight. I have a feeling this is the only language this man understands.
And one of his retainers says, Sir, the Herr Walter Faust is not here, and his men are dead and strewn across the land here. Oh, did you boys do this?
And okay, so I move and I assume the minor illusion.
Yeah, it's like
stays there.
The armor is still there. The armor remains.
I just step out of it. Yeah, and it stays there, sort of like a shell with its arms raised. Dugdolf of Tempest, hearken to me.
You have the voice of a man who's had a run-in with my god.
Are we having a gruff off?
We might have another one here. Yeah.
Recognize ye the prick of Tempest.
Oh, goodness.
Recognize the shield of Tempest.
I see. Where that's Abel.
Abel of Tempest commands you. The dead approach. We must defend this hill.
Wow. Abel Snowflower, is that you?
Snowflower? What?
Yes.
Abel Snowflower. You're an awful long way away from Farron. What are you doing here on Gilbrain Island?
I'm an awful long way from just about everything.
What's this about the dead? Did you slay these men here?
These men were slain by an evil undead force. And in retaliation, it now sends its army against us.
What's that tree in there in the tower? That tree there, that's where the lightning struck?
Dugdolf, I feel like you're not hearing me. An army of dead men are approaching us. We can have this discussion afterwards.
Do you not see the flares? As I'm sure more flares are going up, right?
More flares are going. He looks off in the distance and he sees the clouds coming and he says, Herr Walter Faust is a fucking fool. I don't know what he got us into, but I'm not sticking around for this. And he turns to his 5 retainers and he says, clear out, get back to Lakeshire. We're done with this. Walter Faust is gone or dead or one of those. Let's get back to the city. This is a joke. And
Does it look like they will be able to get to the city from where we are before the cloud arrives?
yes, I mean, you guys are maybe an hour ahead of this if it comes straight to you.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys, they probably will have to abandon their tents. They will not be able to decamp if they actually want to get out of here. Several more men make their way up, and one of them actually has a sight, which is looks like a long monocle that has it's much larger than like a normal battlefield telescope, and they come up and you can tell that they're using this to see great distance.
Oh, like a big looky-loo.
It is a big looky-loo, and Dugdolf says, "Oh, Ryder, does the priest here speak true? Are we looking at an army of dead?" And he looks and he says, "Sir, I can't explain it. It's just come have a look." and Dugdolf walks over and he looks down at it and he sort of squints at it and then he pulls back and he puts his sword into the dirt, sort of stands it in the ground, and then he like holds both hands on it to really steady the farseer. And he says, Priest, come look at this and see what you can make of it." And,
Who, me?
yes, you.
Okay, I go take a look.
So you do just see like a storm, but on the outskirts of the storm, you see that there are visions of people and creatures that are see-through and are sort of look a little bit like Filnyr's specter that you saw. The weird thing is that they are not fully out of the ground, so they are moving as though they were walking just fine, but it's only their torso and their arms are the only things above the ground level. And these things are probably 3 or 4 miles away, 5 miles away at the most from you, but they are just going over everything and they're just not slowing down. So as the flares go up, you can't see where the flares are coming from, but they're going up and the darkness and these specters just keep moving. And give me a perception check.
My passive's a 16. But
Yeah, I'm going to give you and
22.
All right, and so you can kind of move the farseer, and you can make out a face on one of these specters, and it looks like the face of Walter Faust.
The fuck? Sorry, I had to fill in that silence with what we were all thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an army of something. Yeah. Can you get your men clear to Lakeshire before they arrive?
Yeah, I mean, he looks back and he says, We got some sick. We got some wounded. Ain't gonna make it. And then you could see clarity in his eyes, and he says, "Cavalry, mount up. We're riding into the clouds. Everybody else, make your way to Lakeshire right now." And it takes less than 4 or 5 seconds, and then you just see the encampment just starts to actually act like a military encampment and follow orders. And the cavalry starts getting their armor on and their shields together, and you see that.
God damn it! My voice sounded almost exactly like that. And those fellas didn't do nothing.
Abel, have you considered that Faust's or his second sounded nothing like that? May not be the voice
I'm
they were
just
expecting
saying.
from the top of the hill.
Similar timbre and aura of command. Those fellas just hup too.
Well, I am glad he is truly a cleric of Tempest and will not run from a fight.
Oh,
I don't.
oh no, he's running. he's not a great cleric of Tempest.
I heard that, Abel.
Then
Abel
again-
Snowflower. I heard that.
Then again, who is?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring the guys over for a little conference. I say, well, fellas, I seen something real interesting through that looky-loo.
What's going on?
Either that army coming up is somehow representative of the spirits that were trapped in Paraso, or we're totally fucked. It's one of those two things.
How are we not fucked in both cases?
Well, if those are the spirits housed in the vessel, or some kind of physical representation of them, then they're on our side, or specifically on your side, Filnyr.
Oh my goodness. That had not occurred to me.
Could still just be an army of undead come to murder us all. I'm still kind of speculating here, but I swear I could almost make out Walter Faust's face in the crowd.
Could you see if they were battling any of the living?
Nope.
So we don't know if they are bothering with the soldiers down there or not.
Nope.
We don't see any of those soldiers running for their lives, right?
You don't see them, no. And you unless you look through this farseer, you're not going to be able to make it out.
Filnyr, what do your elf eyes see?
May I have a look?
The guy took
Dugdolf is gone. The
they're
guy
gone.
who has the farseer is still there though, and he is looking through this. He is freaked out.
Sir, do you see any of your fellow soldiers? Are they being bothered, hampered? Are they surviving?
I can't see anything outside the outskirts of this storm cloud.
I do not know.
Here,
what to
sir,
do.
you can have a look. I need to go into camp. I'll give you one quick look, and then I need to take the farseer with me. My sole job is keeping this safe.
Okay. So I'll have a look through.
All right. Perception or investigation, whichever one.
7, which is not very good.
Perception.
That's
okay.
my perception, and that's with my +4, so it's a pretty shitty
Okay.
roll.
What's
So-
your passive perception?
14.
Yeah, I mean, since Abel told you
Right.
he recognized Walter Faust, you can sort of see on the edge Walter Faust. 14. You also see one of the two men that attacked the Neverwinter Museum when you
One of the
first
mooks?
held one of the mooks.
Oh shit!
Is it Garay?
Or Lorray.
It's Lorray. You see Lorray. Lorray
See
Mook.
Laray Mook?
Lorray Mook is there.
Abel, I do think these are ghosts of what Paraso took in. I think you're right.
Well, then,
I hope they are friendly.
Yeah. Yeah. You hope we got some friendly ghosts coming.
Do you think, if anything, they are coming to solve our tree protection problem?
I don't know, but I think we better be ready to parley, and I think you better cast that hut anyway.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I've noticed it in Vria's book, and I read it. I take 10 minutes, and you guys want to just set up like right in front of the tree?
Yeah, I also want to ask Hank if I basically want to just say like, Hank, give us whatever potions you have, and then run for your life.
He looks like he uses. Only if I can have the leaf.
Oh shit, we never decided on the leaf. What leaf? I do not see a leaf.
You're only gonna run for your life if we give you the leaf. Otherwise, you're gonna hang out here with us.
He squeezes his sack to his chest, and he says, "I will give you."
Don't squeeze your sack.
Okay, come on, man! I will give you all of Faust's potions and baubles if you let me take the leaf.
Oh, what is the big deal? Just give him what he wants. We need that.
We
don't even know what potions are in there.
He takes out a potion and he drops it on the ground, and it breaks on the ground.
You son of a...
I will kill him before he
That
breaks
was a
another
greater
one.
healing potion. He reaches in again.
I mage hand and grab the other one that he just reached out.
No. God damn it. He reaches in for another one.
Shit. hold
Hank,
on.
look at
So
me.
What do I have?
Hank and old B. Johnson. Look at me.
Yes. What?
We can't give you that leaf. It could be pure evil.
He drops the bag and he starts running toward the tree, toward the leaf.
Jesus, help me!
Boom! Your
Wrap
rope-
around this fool!
He's moving faster than that. Jesus,
Oh,
help me.
give
It's
me-
gonna work.
Fuck, I don't have anything to slow him down. I could try to kill him with Eldritch Blast.
Ah,
Fuck. All right, yeah.
I know.
Fuck it. I'm gonna
9,
Eldritch Blast
8.
Filnyr, no.
right in front of his feet. That's a natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
When you say right in front of his feet,
Yeah, like across the bow. Like you better
across
fucking
the
freeze.
bow. Okay, all right. It's a critical hit, so it goes wherever the hell you want this thing to go.
Oh, thank God, Filnyr. I thought for a second your murderous impulses were
He's
reasserting themselves.
Yes, well, I am battling my instincts right now.
I saw you reach for things yourselves. Surely you understand how, the needfulness of this.
Yes, we understand your desire.
Which is exactly why we can't let you have it.
Well, fine. Could I at least get it and give it to you to hold for me safely? I'm worried some other apothecary might find it.
Hank, we're about to do everything we can to make sure no one approaches this tree. If we stopped you, what makes you think we're going to let some other apothecary come in here?
As long as no other apothecary gets my leaf.
Hank, if this tree is safe, the leaf will be waiting for you. For what it's worth, you could not see what I took before I took it, correct?
No?
And I
Oh.
cannot see what it is you're looking for, so that is for you, and it will wait for you.
Oh, like a special present for me?
Yes, I think by being here, you are somehow wrapped up in the magic of this tree's transformation. But fear not, we will not let anyone near this tree, so long as
looks
we
up.
live.
He looks up at the tree, and it looks like saying goodbye to a lover. And then he sort of turns out and heads down the hill with his life.
So he just gets up and leaves without a backward glance?
Listen, Abel's told us about trees and loving.
Yeah. Well, at the bottom of the hill, obviously, he stops and exhales.
Wipes a tear from his eye.
Yeah, looks back and keeps walking and helps decamp They're moving very quickly. This belies what you originally thought about this army. If Abel is watching this, he is seeing, a lot of an army success has very little to do with fighting prowess of the individual men in the unit. These guys are taking down structures that look like it would take 9-10 hours to put up, and they're doing it in 5-10 minutes. And they're decamping, and they are starting to head actually toward the caravan. But the caravan has moved on the road, but they're moving that way toward Lakeshire. And you see Dugdoff begin to put his armor on, and there are 12 cavalrymen, no more, who are mounting up, and you see him bless his men, and he looks up to you on the hill, Abel, and he calls up, and his voice is actually booming of his own accord. It's like almost like he actually took the time to learn thaumaturgy, and he says, "Snowflower, Abel, there's a horse down here for you. Ride with us. Meet the dead." And he wheels off toward the dead.
And I say, "Dig Dug, I think I met enough dead in my life. You boys have fun, though. Tempest bless this mess."
And they ride off.
Did I get a chance to cast the thing?
So let me tell you. Here's the weird thing, because you have not learned this spell, I'm going to let you cast it, but you're going to need to do an intelligence check, 10 plus whatever level it is. So it's a 13. So it's an intelligence check of 13.
Wait, he hasn't.
Even though
spell?
I can cast third level spells.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it,
You haven't practiced this one.
I know, but it's a ritual. I'm supposed to read it out of a book.
The physical act of casting a ritual spell is after you have practiced it and used it and learned it, and written it down yourself. Because like every wizard book,
They got
looks
their own
different.
notes. They got their own
Like
notes.
they have their own particular way of remembering and writing and casting.
Jonas, your plan to protect us was a spell you ain't never cast before.
God damn it, we have nothing left.
Let him try, Abel. Let him try. And
It's
Fair-
worth a
fair-
try.
I'm going to
fair
go dig
point.
through those potions that he dropped.
I'm adding it to the list.
Keep talking, Snowflower.
All right.
I knew
Intelligence.
that was coming back.
You said intelligence DC 13?
DC 13 intelligence check.
Okay, and not Arcana, not anything
No.
else. All right,
No.
DC
Straight
13,
in.
straight intelligence.
Wait, are you a bard? Do you have Jack of all trades?
Not a bard. That is an 8.
Okay. So you guys, Jonas goes down on his knees and he pulls out Vria's spell book, and he's going through and he's saying these mystical words. And do it for me, John. Do the words for me, the mystical words. And you see this outline of a like an igloo-ish, like semi-dome thing, and then it disappears.
Shit.
Can you
Shit
try?
on me.
Can you try again?
Yeah,
have
do it
time.
again. It took 10 minutes. You got it though. Do it
Keep
again,
trying.
Jonas.
So, what's in the potions while he's trying?
So
13.
I'll get back to you, Jonas, in a second. Yeah. While you spend 20 minutes trying to cast Liam's tiny hut, Tim is looking through a bag of potions. So you definitely see 2 more greater healing potions in there, and then you see, and there's 4 potions left that you don't recognize. You haven't seen them before.
Okay, I'm gonna add those to my sheet.
Let me be more specific, or less specific. There are 4 bottles with liquid in it.
Can I run Arcana checks on those for him?
Wait, you're chanting.
When he's done. When he's done.
Yeah, you're
but
chanting.
you said there was two potions of greater healing, right?
2 potions of greater healing
I'm
and
gonna
4 unknown.
I'm gonna hand one to Abel.
Okay, it's 4d4 plus 4.
And
if
then
you wanna-
Cheers.
I'm gonna drink one of those myself.
Are we drinking them?
I am. I've got 4
Are we
HP.
drinking these?
Unless you have a way to heal us, I think we might as well be at least in the best shape we can be for this.
All right.
Well, can I drink the one that I have for you, Abel?
I have one regular potion of healing remaining.
Yeah, I mean, you better hold on to one.
All right, I'll hold on to it.
That's 10 plus 4, 14 back. Okay.
That's good. All right.
There's 2, and I can grab 2 more. That's
All right, John.
total
so
of 15. Nice.
15.
Okay.
Nicely done. So, John, Jonas is down chanting. Finish out the chant for me.
Holy Snark, and I say it again, Leomund's tiny hat.
And it actually forms, and it is just it's a perfect. It's almost like something out of 2001: Space Odyssey, where it just like suddenly this crazy weird opaque dome appears there, and now it looks solid. Looks totally solid.
And I tell the guys, because they're outside, I say, all right,
Yeah.
step inside.
Now, this looks like a dome. Is it actually a sphere?
It's a dome.
I'm just worried about if these fellas can come under the ground.
It's the best we've got.
Touche.
I said let's get out of here. You're the one that wants to stay with this damned tree.
Touche times 2.
Yes, but I realized probably should have waited for me to drink that potion until we needed to, but too late now. Now that we got the hut up, can take a rest. I have hit dice I could use.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I use my hit dice here?
I have
Before
no
you
hit
guys
dice.
use your hit dice, I just want to before you guys use your dice, you can see through the hut, right?
Right.
Like that's part of the thing.
Yeah.
And where did you put the hut? Did you put the hut kind of where you were standing, where you could see?
I am
both directions?
in the center, and I kind of, I guess,
Can we
I thought we
get
were
the
like
tree
10
in the
feet in
hut?
front of the tree. We want to get the
Okay.
tree in. The tree's not going to fit in the hut. It's only 10 feet. So
That's
just kind
up
of,
to you. Yeah.
I just figured I'd put the hut in between. I would stand in between the tree and the door. The hut extends to the doorway,
Okay.
right? And only you two can come inside it. And
All right.
we're between the dome. It's a 10-foot radius between the door and the tree, and we're inside the dome.
So before you go in the dome, while Jonas is down there doing his incantations and like playing with his spell book, Filnyr, you and Abel see Dugdolf's cavalry ride toward the sort of darkening creature,
Right.
darkening
which has also gotten like a mile closer, right? Because it's 20 minutes later.
Yeah, it's much closer, and you see down on the pathway, 2 horses run right past Dugdolf, and you see that the 2 riders are specters, and they are in Ederran armor and uniforms.
But the horses are
Horses are fine. The horses are not not specters.
So those horses are running the opposite direction.
They're running
with
toward you. Like they
Right.
they have run beyond the clouds and have passed Dugdolf,
Okay.
and are running toward you.
It seems like this may not be a friendly cloud to the Ederran forces. I don't know what awaits us, gentlemen. But thank you for helping me survive this far, and it seems like we have broken the curse that Paraso has laid on me. I have not heard him. I do not feel him. Though I still have the gifts that he gave me, if you can call it that. So, whether this is our final stand or just another step on our journey, thank you, gentlemen.
You are welcome. We have needed each other.
Filnyr, I think you're going to be wondering for a long time how much was you doing that murdering and how much was Paraso's influence on you. And I don't know if that's anything you're ever going to fully sort out. But I believe in you. There's a reason I wanted you to be the master of this weapon and not any of the other options that were on the table. I think once you've been in the power of something like that, maybe you don't want anything like that to have power ever again. So I know you got a lot of things to turn over in your head, but I think you can be better than you were, and I think you are better than you were.
I certainly hope so, and I certainly plan to try. Let us see if we can't squeeze in a rest while we await the cloud.
Resting gonna do me no good. I have no hit dice, no war priest, no channel divinity.
I know.
I have 2 level 1 spell slots.
And are you guys going to take a long rest or a short rest?
What do we get?
I think you have to tell us kind of what happens at each point in time, right? Because
Yep.
we could say we take a long rest, but it could get interrupted. So I think...
For sure. No, I will. If you is your intention right now...
I think we're just waiting out the army in the hut. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll probably get a short rest.
Maybe. I mean, they're
You said they're an hour away, right?
They were an hour away 20 minutes before you started trying to cast the fucking hut.
Right.
I think it's depending on how Tom feels right now.
I mean, a half hour is still a short rest, right?
No, it's not a short rest. But look.
Listen, we were sitting while he was casting the hut. So if I can sneak the short rest in, at least I can get us some spell slots and get us a little ammunition for a fight if we have one.
Look,
start resting and see how far we get.
Start resting and see how far you get.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So from inside the hut, and you're sort of next to the tree and inside the sort of short walls of the tower.
Tom's gonna be like, and 58 minutes later. God damn it!
I would hand Jonas those potions and see if he could look at those while we're sitting around. Unless that's going to screw up his rest.
Yeah, no, it does. That's great.
I think I can look at it while I'm resting, but I'm going to roll a hit die real quick.
Yeah.
Wait,
don't do a hit die. But we don't know if we have the rest yet.
Don't do the hit die.
You can take a look at these potions, though.
All right, Arcana check.
Are they 4 of the same?
15.
They're 4 of the same. Okay, 15 Arcana. These are not magical. These look to be very much of nature. Give me a nature check.
Nature check. Okay. It's a 7.
Okay. It's really hard to discern. It's really hard to discern what these things are, but they don't smell good.
Okay. These are definitely not magical. I can only tell you they smell strange.
Yes,
my first inclination would be poison.
I was gonna say, usually if it smells bad, it means it's good for you.
Then you try one.
You got that healing potion ready?
Why don't we test these out later?
Yes, I think that would be prudent. I'll hold on to them if you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay, and so you guys are going to now try to rest, right?
Yeah, resting is sitting around. We can talk and.
All right.
And I have that staff. I feel like.
Yeah.
I might explore what that's about, but I think that again gets determined by how long we get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I'm going to say. Due to the anxiety, the possibility of anxiety of like this stuff, I want you guys to give me a survival check of a DC 5 for a short rest before the army of the dead arrive.
I suppose we can always wait it out in the hut. because they can't come in. So
That's what we're doing. That's what I thought we were doing.
13.
oof, I got a 9.
Ooh, and I got an 8.
DC
Great.
was 5, so
DC was fine. Yeah. So you guys will get a short rest, and Abel is like, I'm assuming you're actually going to saw one off and like try to like actually get a long rest out of this, right?
Yeah. I'm like, you fellas, take her easy for the both of us.
Yeah. And Abel is out. Abel is out. All right.
hit dice. There's 1.
Yeah, I suppose Abel doesn't really know he doesn't have any hit dice.
Right. All right. So 2 of them puts me to 29.
So as you guys are rolling your hit dice and getting your hit points up, the 2 of you, not Abel.
Okay.
You see that the sort of clouds approach, and they are coming right toward you, and you can start to make out the faces of people. You see Dugdolf and his 11 retainers are amongst the specters that are approaching. You recognize Edgar. You recognize Lorray. You actually see Shandara and several other people from your past, Filnyr. You see some of Edgar's old lovers that you had seen, that you knew he was like, friends with. And you see other folks that you recognize from Lakeshire who had gone missing over the years. You see some half elves in there, and they.
What about Phil?
Phil
Spector.
well, I'll tell you, like maybe in a few minutes we'll have Phil Spector. The specters sort of get to the hut and float over it. Actually, bits of their feet dangle into the hut as they fly over the hut. And then they sort of make their way as though the hut was the ground, and you see them going in, sort of just their torsos are above it. And you realize they're just ignoring the hut entirely. And they surround the tree, and you can see that they all are going prostrate and seem to be like curling up in front of it as though they're praying maybe to the tree or giving it some kind of deference. And they are just in this prostrate position, and they're not moving at all.
Including Dugdolf and the cavalry?
Including Dugdolf and the cavalry. They are all prostrate and praying to this tree. Give me another DC 5 survival check to continue your rest.
Yes, because Jonas has stopped breathing at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
we all have. We're all
are we
breathing
still
like.
going to keep trying to
Can they,
rest?
Ionas, can they hear through this hut?
Honestly, I don't know. The legs are passing through. I do not know.
I love that. I love that for this. Yeah, I mean, I think we rouse Abel. And say,
Abel's like snoring.
Abel.
God damn it.
Shh, we don't know if they can hear us, but
No, those are my boots. What?
I don't. Perhaps they can hear us and don't care, or they do not hear us. If you're not getting a reaction from that, okay. The dead have laid down around the tree, and they have seemed to ignore the hut and our presence. And I do not know why, and I do not know if we want to sit and watch in the safety of the hut to see what happens.
Can you speak to them?
I have not tried. Perhaps I should, but I.
Can you speak to them through your staff?
Oh yeah, so I did try to commune with the staff. Did I get anything out of it, Tom?
Oh, so yeah, so give you were able to figure out sort of a breathing pattern that caused the staff to react to you. So like, at first it seems like it's just normal staff. When you had it on the ground and you were sort of holding it and had your mouth close to it, you could actually hear an echo of your own voice when you speak into it. And it's sort of like you were calling out into a giant vacuous room, like an opera house or something like that. But, sound turned way down. You can hear it in the staff. And you think that you could sacrifice something with this staff and it would do something else. It would do something. Like you get the sense that this is something that if you crushed a bug or, killed a mouse with it or a person.
Right.
That seems to be a part of this particular staff. Like it
Almost like the staff wants to level up, like in certain video games where you have to make the weapon level up too.
Yeah, it feels like it's hungry. It's hungry. It needs blood. It needs blood
Awesome.
or something
Feed
like
me.
that. Yeah. Yes.
Feed me.
Damn.
And was anybody else looking at their wooden items?
I don't think I was able to do that.
Okay. So Abel, for your shield, you have already sort of like figured out it's really good at pushing. Like it's really good at knocking people on their asses. It sort of hums with power, but as you're sort of communing with it, it doesn't seem like it's anything more than that to you. But it's still pretty good.
Okay, so
I need to roll my nature check
Oh yeah.
or survival. Was it survival?
well, we don't know if we're going to try to long rest or try to rest further, right?
Okay.
You could roll it. I presume we could break this at any time if we think of it,
Mm-hmm.
as a line here. But I think I would whisper into the staff, "Spirits that surround the tree, heed my voice," and just see if there's any sort of reaction.
No reaction.
How far does the line of spirits go?
It seems like there are well over 1,000 specters in concentric circles, almost like if it was a theater in the round and they were sort of lined up like that.
Mm-hmm.
One could walk around them, maybe like they're not like stacked up on top of each other. It's almost like a yoga studio where they're sort of all doing their whatever that position is when you're curled up like a ball, and like kind of a fetal position, all sort of pointed toward the tower and the tree.
How hard is it to get in and out of this hut? Is it just like we can pass through this bubble essentially?
You leave. I let you in or out.
Okay.
And it ends when I leave it.
Okay. Gentlemen, you think it wise I might poke my head out and just see if it elicits a reaction. They have thus far ignored the hut.
Filnyr, I can't remember the last time we did something wise. I say go for it.
Fair enough. Maybe wise was the wrong word, but I agree. So I'll slowly and quietly and cautiously just step outside of the hut.
Nothing acknowledges you.
Do I sense any other sort of power or anything else happening?
It's darkness. It feels like maybe lightning could strike at any moment.
Okay.
Underneath where you are. I mean, the wind is blowing. It's like you're in a storm.
Right.
You know, it's not raining here, but the specters are emitting cold.
Okay.
So it's probably 30 degrees cooler than it was when you went into the hut.
Boy, I sure wish that Hank fella was here now to take that leaf.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's too bad. I will wrap my cloak around me, step back into the hut and say, as you could see, they did not seem to even notice my presence. Do I try to approach the tree? There does seem to be like an electricity in the air, as there was when the lightning struck it before.
Yeah, I ain't getting close to the tree.
I feel we've hit a stroke of luck, gentlemen. I think we need to leave.
We leave.
They are praying to this tree. What more can we do? This cavalry went after them, and now they are specters. We can do nothing.
But should we not find out who they are praying to, or what? Certainly this will not last forever. This is not the end game of the spectre, to sit in front of a tree. Is it?
I do not know. It looks like they've made a pilgrimage to the tree, and that they are going to stay here. Do we wait out the 8 hours and see where they go, or...
What confuses me is if these are the spirits that have been trapped in the vessel, what are they doing? What are they doing out here? Maybe when it was transformed into the tree, I don't know, they're released into the material plane, but they're still bound to it. It's very confusing to me. Maybe each thing we take from the tree, a spirit will inhabit it. Hello? I'm talking to my shield. Anybody in there?
Your shield does not respond, and you do not hear an echo or anything like that on your shield.
I'm going to do the same with the wand. Hello. Hello.
Testes. 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on?
John, give me an Arcana check for your wand.
Okay. Arcana check for the wand.
Yeah.
26.
Okay. So, as you are examining this thing, every spell that anyone ever casts has some kind of resonance, like a different feeling. The magic itself reverberates in a different way.
No, Jonas, don't put your tongue on it.
and this wand is reverberating with the magic of Liamon's tiny hut.
Ooh. So I sense that if I cast a spell, it will sort of copy what I've cast.
I mean, John Watson the man might feel that. Ionas, the narcissistic spellcaster, just recognizes that it is the same sound and feel as the magic that is unleashed when you cast Liamon's tiny hut.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So he'll lock that away in his memory and just kind of. It doesn't seem like it's going to help right now, but maybe if we run.
And it's a focus. Also, this wand is a focus.
Okay.
Like you don't need to attune to it. You can use. I can't remember. You have two foci now, right? Or three, maybe. I don't know.
I have one focus. and then I've got 2 if you count the 2 wands that I've got.
Yeah.
But I've only
your
attuned
book-
to one item.
Your book counts as a focus too, doesn't it, or no?
I don't. No, it doesn't.
No. Oh.
No.
Sorry, did you say Filnyr recognized Edgar?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yes.
I think I'd say it. It seems safe. I need a moment to pay some respects, and I will walk outside. Is Edgar near the hut?
Yeah, Edgar he's actually outside of the tower itself, so he's 2 or 3 lines back from the hut and from the tree and from the tower. So it seems like there is some pattern, like the things that you recognize tend to be in the 3rd or 4th line away from the tree.
Okay. Is there a clear path to walk there without having to walk through specters?
You could walk around. Yes, you could walk around.
'Cause I feel like I would not just presume that I can walk through these things.
Yeah.
And I will still cautiously, minding the other reactions and stuff, and make my way to Edgar.
And like being careful not to touch any specters or stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, like being respectful of people doing their yoga. You make your way around. But on higher guard, obviously.
So you pass by Lorray and Garay and Shandara, and you get your way to Edgar, and he is there on the ground praying, and you recognize, even in his specter form, he has that full head of hair that's like in that weird cut, that hairs are at different lengths all over the place, but it just kind of works.
Okay.
And just it's a bit, he's a bit like an 80s glam rocker, but not with the makeup. Like it's just like it's sort of like a mullet, but like super classy,
Right. Okay.
Sort of a David Bowie Labyrinth.
Very much a David Bowie
vibe.
Labyrinth, Space
Nice.
Oddity era. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Nice.
I think Filnyr would look for a reaction from Edgar first, but maybe
None,
get down to eye level.
but he smells like Edgar.
I think that would probably just break Filnyr into tears. And I think he would sit and just weep and apologize. And probably just have one of those long, sort of drawn out confessions of everything that's happened, and trying to, as if looking for some sort of answer by telling his own story with Edgar, just Edgar, I'm so sorry about what happened. I do not even know if it was me, clearly. I think you know that Paraso was involved, but I do not know how to live with myself, knowing that I was the cause of your death, and I'm not sure I know how to proceed. It seems like Paraso has been removed, that he is no longer a problem, that we have defeated him. And I hope that can bring you some sort of peace. Maybe this is peace in front of my eyes. But the things I would do to bring you back. I am so sorry, my dear friend. Please tell me if there's some way that I can make things right. The next step is to atone for your death.
And you feel a hand on your shoulder. Filnyr Omajira, what are you doing? Man, this is dangerous ground, man. Are you doing this?
Which voice is this, Tom? I'm sorry.
Sorry, this is Willem the Wet.
Okay.
And we see him from the dome.
You see
Son of a bitch.
from the dome.
Down there, back into the dome. Down there.
You see it. He can't hear you outside the dome, right?
It's windy. I'm feet away.
But you do see Willem the Wet, knife drawn, put his hand on Filnyr's back.
Then I'm out of the hut.
Okay.
Like if he's the second I see Willem.
And I turn around startled and Edgar? What?
Willem. Filnyr, are you doing this?
Am I doing what?
Man, look around you. That fool that I was with down there on the path chopped at one of these guys and immediately turned into a specter, man.
Yes, it is me, and you do not fuck with the specters. I would recommend you sheathe your knife right now.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. But you know what? I'm crazy too, man.
Don't you know I'm loco?
Willem Searchlight, state your business.
Abel? Despo okay?
Last I saw, she was on her way to Lakeshire.
Well, I'm getting out of this place. I just wanted to see what they were doing when they didn't touch me. I felt like maybe I could make my way through, jig and jag and jog. You better get out of here. This is no good.
Yeah, you first, Willem.
He's still holding on to Filnyr's shoulder right now, by the way. Your friend says he's causing all this, man. He says he's doing it. He says it's his doing.
Willem, these are powers far beyond your kin, my boy. You need to walk away from this hill.
Lakenhearth, you say?
She's with the militia of the Brine. They're heading to Lakenhearth, passing through Lakeshire. I don't know. She's free. I don't know how long she'll stay with them. Maybe she'll continue on to Brine Town. I don't know what state the Hark Army's in either. Last I saw Waverly, he was running naked as his jaybird into the woods.
That's a crying shame, man. That's a good man you humiliated out there.
He's talking about you, Jonas.
Where is he? Where's the spellcaster?
Willem, what is your business? You should go.
Sort of sizes you guys up. Filnyr, give me a intimidation check. And I'll give you advantage because Abel is kind of...
Let me roll the other one. The first one was a 22.
Oh, well.
Second one was a 12. So I'll take the first one.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
Willem, we have killed so many people today, and I am so tired.
Yeah, Filnyr doesn't look so tired anymore. Emotionally exhausted and anguished, yes, but health-wise, looks ready to go.
So Willem takes his dagger, twirls it in his hand, so it's sort of the blade is down along his arm, and he puts it in the back of his belt, and he just slowly backs away from you all and the specters, like watching his step very carefully, but keeping his eyes on the two of you. Yeah, it's clear he is not convinced that you caused this, but he's also not convinced that you did not cause this.
That's the perfect state for him to be in.
Willem, spread the word. The hill is haunted. Anyone who doesn't wish to become a specter needs to stay away.
I'm going to get Despo, and I'm getting the hell out of this valley.
Oh, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Unless she's hurt, man. And in which case... And he does his thumb over his neck and he points at the hut. He says, I know you're in there, wizard. I know you can hear me.
I mean, you shut up.
He can't hear you.
I told him, but he can't hear anything.
I just imagine Jonas's voice is just echoing back at him. It's too loud when he yells. You're in a very acoustic bathroom and you're yelling. It's
3 against 1. 3 against 1. Willem.
So, Willem, safe to say if I see you again, it's because you've come to kill me, and I'm going to try to kill you first.
Is that how it's going to be, old man?
Sounds like it.
Let's not make any promises we don't intend to keep, gentlemen.
As long as Despo's fine.
Oh, I intend to keep it.
And as he's backing out, he does this this vulgar symbol that, is not the normal way to do it in the Brine Valley. So, like, you know how most people just like they stick their middle finger up and they crunch their fingers down. And there's a few people who do it sort of weakly and like make
With
a
the
kind of a
knuckle.
fist with their things up. This guy does it, but he like twists his middle finger around his ring finger and holds it up, and it just doesn't look quite right. It looks like he's like crossing his fingers to like lie and still like not sin or something like that. Like, it's this weird thing that looks kind of pansy, perfectly honest with you. Like it doesn't look like a good vulgar symbol or a curse to you guys, but he gives it to you anyway. But he does it. His face has the kind of stank on it that he wants you to really be like kind of fearful of him.
I said, hey, Willem, one more thing before you go.
What, man?
How do you suppose all them armies knew that all them other armies was going to be there at the Briar?
Well, I hope you're not planning on taking credit for my good work, Abel.
Why would I take credit with Waverly Cloudsack for the complete eradication of the Hark army?
It was his idea, Abel. He's the one who had me go out and spread rumors that the people were coming. He wanted to wait in ambush. He's to blame for this, not me. I take my marching orders. I'm a good soldier.
That checks out.
I'm a good soldier. Unlike you and Wizard, I know you're in there.
God damn it!
Terrible
If you came in here, I would
soldier.
show you. I would show you who I was.
Terrible soldier,
I will
Wizard.
cut you. I will cut you. I swear to God.
And he just keeps backing down the hill, and he seems to make it off. Like it's cloudy and stormy, but like he seems to make it off the hill.
Oh, this it's going to take something more than this hill to kill that cockroach. Boy just keeps turning up like a bad penny. It's almost like the gods really like him.
It's almost like he's the son of someone important. All right, so what are you guys going to do? You've got a hut still up. Jonas is probably in there still cursing Willem. Filnyr is out having his emotional moment. Abel came out with all 4 of his hit points to sort of save the day and offer the help action for intimidation on Willem. What are you guys going to do?
I feel like we can't leave without making contact somehow.
Filnyr's been talking to Edgar. Is Edgar responding?
No, not a bit of it.
I feel like Filnyr would sort of recenter himself on Edgar after the distraction. Edgar, I love you and I'm sorry. And then he would take the staff from the tree. He would say, I need your help understanding what this is. And if anything or anyone were to inhabit it, nothing would make me happier than have it be you, so that I could be in touch. And I will slowly sort of slide the staff into where it makes contact with him. And I don't know if anything will happen, but that would be my intention, is just to see if anything changes when that happens.
Edgar disappears.
Wow.
Now the question is, does this happen to everything it touches? It's like all of a sudden, I'm like Mario running for coins.
Rumors
Ding,
of
ding, ding,
path.
ding, 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 ding. And then I would breathe into the staff with that pattern that I learned and speak. Edgar, are you there?
Filnyr? Wait, what's his voice? Do his voice for me, Tim.
It's like it's Russian.
Yeah,
His
that's
name is
right.
Edgar. Filnyr.
Filnyr.
Jonas,
Zach-
you're gonna have to clean my pants again.
Filnyr. What magic is this, Filnyr? Where am I? Where are you?
You do not see me. I am at the tree where your spiritual.
What tree? Are you downstairs?
Oh my goodness! Are you not aware that Edgar?
Where's my bed?
You are no longer living.
Filnyr is good joke. Filnyr is good joke. Filnyr, if you have been playing with the magic, you should you stop it. Filnyr.
Edgar, have I?
In Lakeshire Consulate, magic plays you.
Edgar, have you ever known me to be much of a prankster? This is not a practical joke. I don't know how to tell you. There is so much that you have missed. What is the last thing that you remember?
Well, I was asleep. I woke up. I heard commotion. I said, who are you? And then I see a strange man. And then I hear you say, Edgar, and I now hear, I don't know. Please, what have I done? Please turn on light. Please turn on light.
Oh no!
Oh God!
What have I done? What have I done? Edgar,
I'm sorry. This is a very serious situation.
It is.
But it seems like Edgar wasn't prepared to be talking.
Seems like Edgar didn't know he was dead. He didn't know he was a specter. He didn't have any consciousness. Shit.
And it seems like he didn't know he would be expected to speak with a Russian accent.
It is difficult. I'm trying to channel myself. I do not remember. Wait. Why am I speaking like this? It sounds like it is becoming French. I don't know.
Oh,
Too
God.
many voices.
Do you Edgar,
I'm so sorry.
Edgar, surely you have not forgotten Paraso. I have learned of his presence, and he communicated with me and broke himself out of his cage, his display case. And we have been on quite some journey since, and you did not survive that day. Quite possibly at mine own hand.
What does it look? What? Tell me. Do a Russian accent again for me, Tim. Sorry. Do it for me again.
So he would say, Filnyr.
Filnyr.
I do not recall who was there.
Filnyr. Describe for me the scene around you.
Right now we are at a hill overlooking the Grover Latch, and I can almost see Lakeshire from here. We're about halfway between. Do you recall there was a tower there? Well, yeah. That tower has been destroyed, and in place of it, a tree has grown in a matter of moments from a seed from Paraso's recombination. We put him together Herr Walter Faust and I. And he grew. And I slew Herr Walter Faust. And if what I've understood is correct, Herr Walter Faust battled Perisseau in some other plane. And it is not clear, but it seems that Herr Walter Faust did in fact defeat Perisseau, because this tree does not bear his magic. It does not bear his presence. So you are now speaking to me through a staff that the tree gifted me after the battle was complete. Is any of that?
Take me to the tree.
Okay. I'll take him to the tree. And
Okay.
part of me wants to accidentally touch the staff to other specters, but I also partly don't want to. So, like, I'm curious, but I'm gonna. Filnyr would not touch the other specters, so he would carefully move through again.
Okay. So when you get to the tree, your staff is sort of like vibrating when you get to the tree. You're gonna have to do this, Tim. He's gonna say, "Touch me to the tree and stand back."
Touch me to tree and then stand back.
That's so good.
No articles. when you
Пожалуйста.
speak. Yeah, no articles in Russian. There's no A's or those. It's weird, but anyway. So I will touch him to the tree, and I will right before I do that, I will say, hey, if you do not wish to be part of this staff, I do hope that you have a choice, and I understand either way. And I will touch it to the tree, and then I will back up outside of the range of where that lightning bolt hit last time.
And while you're still holding it, he says to you, and I'd like for you to say it for our audience. You can just cut this out from the final version.
Sure, yeah.
Tom.
He's gonna say, let's see. Okay, no articles.
Say it however you want, and I'll.
Okay. So he tells you the staff is not a vessel. That his time there is temporary, and if the tree is what you say it is, this is the beginning. And Walter Faust is in for the fight of his life.
Damn.
Wow. I am only here for a short moment. This staff is not a vessel. The tree, if you are correct, is just the beginning of Walter Faust's battle against Perisseau. Incompetent.
And when you touch him to the tree, you see his specter appear back where it was praying before. And the staff is there for the taking if you want to take it back.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Do we still see Walter Faust in the circle somewhere?
Yes.
Gentlemen, I was able to speak to Edgar. He had no awareness of the events that passed after his death. I could try this again with Walter Faust, but unless we seem to be in an immediate rush.
Did he say there was anything we could do to influence the outcome?
No, he did not. He just said this would be the beginning of the process. This is not the end result, as we thought it might be. Walter Faust's battle is not over.
Does he know that? And I point to him prostrate on the ground next to the tree.
I suppose we shall find out. And I'll walk over to Walter Faust and touch him with the staff.
And he disappears.
Walter Faust,
it burns!
You should not be. I do apologize, but we had no choice. I think...
You hear heated battle coming through the staff.
Oh, God. He is in battle right now, and I'm talking to them, obviously. Mm-hmm. Faust, your battle may take time. Be strong. Godspeed. I'd like to ask for an update,
Fuck
but I
off,
feel like...
half elf!
Can you just tell us, in 20 words or less, how it's going?
What do you put the line at?
Who's winning? What are the odds?
Okay.
I bet on me!
Us too. We support you. And then I'll just put the staff back to the tree.
And he appears back.
Seemingly calm, and then I'll take the staff again if it's there.
Yeah.
Do we see Paraso anywhere in the circle?
No.
Huh.
Hard no.
Not like he's on the other side of the hill or the tower and we can't see him, just he's not there.
If you walked around to every single person who's here, you would not see him. I'll just pretend like you did.
In 30 seconds or less. Okay. I'll walk back over to the hut and to Abel and say, I'm not sure what else there is to learn here. I suppose we may learn something from Shandara, but I don't know if she's in a position to help Faust. Does not seem that she would be. Edgar had no awareness of any time having passed. But otherwise, I think perhaps we hunker down or we make our way.
Walking away from this just sort of feels like leaving a loaded gun on the ground.
It does.
Yeah,
Should
I
we
don't know.
rest?
I don't. This is
I don't think there's anything else we can do here, guys.
All right, can we take a long rest? Let's take a long
In the
rest.
We could take a long rest here. We could take a long rest anywhere.
Watches.
We could leave
let's-
here. I'm not joking.
Are you revealing a preference there?
We could totally leave right
or we could
now.
leave, guys. We could just leave right now. Just goblin market this bitch.
I think we explored it. We talked to two spirits.
Can we take our can we try to take a long rest here? Let's try to
We
take
just
our long
pop
rest
back
here.
in the hut. And just
Yeah,
take a shift and
it's worrying. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on it, but we can trade and take shifts and rest.
okay. So, I think that you all are feeling probably. I mean, I don't maybe put words in your mouth here. Are your characters feeling comfortable enough to sleep 7 hours without too much worry?
I think we are feeling tired enough to sleep 7 hours, regardless of how worried we are.
Okay. So I'll in 2 straight DC 5 survival rolls, you will get the benefits of a long rest, and it will take only 6 hours.
Okay.
There's a 14
That's 1.
and an 18.
You have the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tempest.
I got a natural 1.
Okay. But
Although I don't,
you don't get anything on a long rest.
I don't really need it as much. I get hit dice back. But,
Okay.
I need it really, really bad.
Okay.
So I will clearly
7?
watch.
Okay.
And a 15.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So maybe we play this off as I couldn't sleep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm just like
Yep.
spending time watching, but also sort of trying to wrap my head around this with Edgar and all that stuff, and maybe figuring out some more with the staff if there's any other properties to it.
There doesn't seem to be too many other properties to it. It does seem to be linked with your ability to create and call on specters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have any weapon properties I should be aware of?
It is a normal quarterstaff.
Got it. Okay.
And all the stats are normal quarterstaff stats.
Okay.
With after 6 hours, or after a few hours, I was able to get the long rest. Can I say that I was able to look at my wand a little bit more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I get any more than just that it seems to absorb spells?
It You're not sure it absorbs spells, but that is not a terrible hypothesis.
Okay.
But give me one more Arcana check.
Okay.
You really want to know. You don't have an identify spell, do you?
I don't.
Okay.
Would be nice, wouldn't it?
That's a super nice one.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Natural 20. There's an identify spell right there.
This will hold and store for a few hours the most recent spell cast. And as you're taking your rest, you see that it is no longer resonating with the tiny hut magic.
Got it.
Dope.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. The casting mechanic for it is going to be chance, though.
Okay. So it may not cast the spell that I want.
That's right. That's right.
Or that I think it will fire. Can I access? It'll hold more than one? You said 4?
No, 1.
It'll just hold one spell.
The most recent one.
Okay. So after we rest, do you guys want to just bring down the hut and we head out?
Fellas, I think we live here now. I mean, someone may need to go to town to get supplies, but I think this is our home now for the foreseeable future.
This still feels a bit dangerous.
Oh, most definitely.
What about our obligations to Lakenhearth? What about our agreement with Galwinia? What about getting back to Monterre? Abel, we have things to do.
Yeah.
I know that this I know that this tree is dangerous, but if anyone comes here and runs into these spirits, they're going to turn into specters. That's for sure going to spread rumors. We could spread rumors.
I don't know which scares me more, the thought of someone coming up here and accidentally getting turned into a specter, or them not getting turned into a specter and making their way to the tree.
It does seem that the tree is providing weapons of a sort, but they do not seem to be evil so far as we can tell.
Yet.
I mean, your shield does not seem to have anything. The wand, have you figured out what it's done?
It seems to cast... It at least seems to resonate with a spell that I cast recently.
And the staff
doesn't hold it for very long.
The staff seems to allow me to house a spectre temporarily and communicate with it, if I have understood this correctly. But that is all. It seems far less powerful and sentient than Perisot was.
Jonas, your point is well taken. We've got responsibilities and obligations, but we've also, you wouldn't leave a sharp knife on the ground for a toddler to pick up. I feel like maybe we can work it out with those Lakenhearth boys. Maybe Galwinia can supply some people to keep a rotating watch on this thing.
Are you guys going to split your party again? Is that what you're discussing right now?
Well,
that's what it sounded like.
That's what
Sam
I was about to say.
Yeah.
You guys may have to go do some talking while at least one of us stays here to hold down the fort, so to speak.
What is one of us going to do from the top of the... You're going to hang out here with the tree and the dead?
Say, back up. It's very dangerous. People die if they come up this way.
Would it not be more prudent to simply ask the tree for some signs? Maybe the tree would give us some signs. No, I do not.
I mean, maybe that's something Galwinian can. Signs aren't a bad idea. I mean, most folks around here, I don't know how good they are at reading, but
How
How
large is this
maybe a
tree?
big skull and a line through it. And, yeah.
How large is this tree, Tom?
It's a maple. It's 35 feet high.
I'm having a terrible idea.
Oh, do tell.
I can't wait.
I am able to shrink things. Perhaps we could take it with us.
Holy shit.
Oh, that is a terrible idea, and I love it.
All right. And thus ends episode 26 of Every War Must End, the Dungeon Dads podcast.
Oh, man.
You son of a bitch.
Listen, we haven't decided if we're doing that.
But I'm just saying, if we pot it and take it wherever
We got to save this for the bonus. We got to go straight to the bonus.
Okay. All right,
Straight to the bonus.
Did you just say if we pot it?
I'm just saying.
Gonna, like a bonsai maple tree.
I've got shit to do.
John, you're gonna cast Enlarge Reduce, what does that last? 10 minutes?
No, does it?
You better look at that spell, man.
I said it was a terrible. I said it was a terrible idea. I just wanted to talk about it.
Also, ding, level 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You are not where I thought you'd be for level 7. Wow, you stayed on that hill. Let's save it for the bonus episode over on the Patreon feed. You guys, this is the end of season 1 of Every War Must End.
What? We can't leave it like this.
We're not taking a break.
Oh, that's
but
true.
like this is the end of this particular narrative
chapter's
arc.
done.
This chapter's done. Come back in 2 weeks to see how the new chapter starts up.
Ooh, we got some new artwork for you.
We got some
Yes,
new
we
artwork. Man, you guys, I didn't even get to describe the hellfire that is being rained on Lakeshire right now.
Oh, shit.
It is not pretty, and the Brine Valley's jewel is
Can we see Lakeshire from here?
when you get out of the clouds. You can when you get out of the storm, you'll be able to see it.
Fuck.
And
All right, let's save it for the bonus.
Yeah,
Let's
save it for the bonus.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Toodaloo. What a great episode. What a great first 26 episodes. Thanks for sticking with us. My goodness, these guys. Toodaloo.
We're gonna play Make a Town on Top of the Hill Full of Ghosts.
Oh my god. This is the worst kind of Minecraft I've ever heard of.
And it's always night.
You guys are terrible.
All right.
Hey,
All right, everybody.
Toodaloo, everybody.
Toodaloo. Hey, wait, guys. I can't. I just can't do it. I've prepped something. we can't end here. Is that okay? Hey, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Hey.
All right.
Okay. What?
We're not gonna end on the tree.
No. Okay. All right. So
That
how
was
about
a
this?
perfect ending.
No. Okay. You're right. It was a perfect ending, but it didn't make me feel good. So you guys are sitting there. I don't know. Are you gonna shrink the tree or not?
I'm gonna try.
No. Fuck. Okay. But you guys hear something coming from down the hill. You hear some horse hoofs.
Oh shit.
And yeah, there you go. And you also
A familiar sound.
ooh.
Don't step on the specters.
Is that the bard?
Can he see the specters?
We were on foot, Cliff McJohnson and I. And unholy darkness took the road like a bowl full of mud. Cliff cut his hand and blessed my soul with tempest blood just before the ghost took him away.
Oh, Cliff.
'Cause something is happening and you don't know what it is. Do you, Mr. Faust? Locust, you gotta keep your focus now, be the wokest now. The ghostess won't even poke us now. Cliff, you saved my life, man, you're a saint. The cavalry tried so hard, but they died all the same. And no one's soul can ever get back home. 'Cause something is happening and you don't know what it is. Do you, Mr. Faust? Disa, that flat-foot jack boots gotta pay. I never should have let him. Galwinia, that sweet thief, will never gray. And no one's soul can ever get back home. And Jonas's soul can never get back home. And Abel's soul never really had a home. And Filnyr's soul, Mr. Faust. Boys?
Wokus.
Boys, that
is
you
that
up on that
you?
hill?
Locust, get up here.
I am
Oh,
shocked
man.
and pleased to see you alive.
I did not expect to see anyone else alive up here. I was going to start looking through tents.
Mind the spirits.
Just be careful.
Don't worry about me there, Filnyr, foe, friend. I've got a holy shield on. Nothing can hurt me right now. And he reaches in to a specter that's nearby, and his hand just goes in and it comes out, and he says, "I'm fine, man. I've been blessed by the gods."
Oh, I got to change my pants again. When he did that, it just kind of.
Abel, can you do that for us? His song said
I
Cliff
wouldn't
did
count
it.
on it.
Certainly you know better than Cliff.
Well, I trust Cliff didn't make it.
I suppose that's
Cliff
true.
Cliff died, man. I don't know. I don't know what you know. There was like a cloud that just came from the Briar Wall area, and I don't know. I'm blessed to be alive, but there's a lot of boys that died over there. A lot of Ederran blue. How the hell you guys alive? I don't. It's the weirdest thing. And you see that he's riding a horse, but he's got like 13 other horses that he's tied, that he's like leading, and stuff is just spilling off of it. Armor, weaponry, like there's a chest there. It looks like he has just like hit the bounty.
Wokest, where'd all that stuff come from?
Well, man, here and there, I mean, it feels a little grim now telling you about it. I didn't expect to see anybody else alive, but I saw this these brave cavalrymen charge right at the specters, and the life just went out of them, man. They fell down, and well, now I'm a little embarrassed to tell you, but stuff wasn't doing them any good, and I picked the horses up, got the horses together, and I don't know. I figured Lakenhearth could use them.
I cannot help but think that This may be what Ionas envisioned when he first was inheriting his store.
You're absolutely right. That's ingenuity.
Well, we got enough
right
for
there.
a whole new store, man. You should see what's going on back there, close to the Briar Wall.
What is going on back there?
Dead Hark, dead Adair, dead Madamba boys.
Well, some of that may be our fault.
Well,
But I suppose that matters not now.
Wokest, when these men touched the spirits, did their bodies just disappear or did they fall down dead?
they just fell down dead.
Well-
I never seen anything like it.
Getting that armor off of them must have been a lot of work.
Well, as you can tell, I'm not trying to wear nothing. I don't know from armor. I probably didn't do it the right way. I cut it off with my knife. Yeah, the steel seemed more important than the leather bindings.
Sure. Fellas, I think we need to go to Lakenhearth.
Well, I'm assuming it's still there.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, you've seen the spectral towers up everywhere, right?
What? We have been focused on what's happening around here in this tree. What towers?
We've been a little busy, Wokest.
Well, we'll come over here with me and let's talk while we ride. And he unhooks 3 horses for you. Don't mind that, Jonas, sir. I had to cut the saddle loose to make room for I don't know what's in those bags, but it was heavy.
Wokest, I don't suppose you happened upon any healing potions while you were scavenging.
Filnyr, I was just picking things up, man. There's bound to be something in here.
That's all right.
Well,
That's all right.
you got-
I think we're all well enough to make a trip.
We'll get to safety first and then pick through it.
Yes.
All right, man.
I walk out of the hut, and the hut disappears.
Yeah. And you guys make your way down the hill, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you get down to where the camp was, it's just tents have been destroyed. It looks like the camp has been sort of overrun. It's like almost been like flooded from all this rain that's here. You can see that streams are forming and moving toward the lake in the lake direction from here. You still see that Dugdoff's tent is still standing. But other than that, nothing. And Wokus just can't help himself, and he hops off his horse and he runs over to the tent that's still standing, and he says, "Hey, boys, would you come help me with this?"
Sure. What is it?
So you see a chest in there. It's an Ederran blue chest. It is smallish but heavy. It's got a lock on it. Wokus says, "Hey, this looks like a wage chest, boys. They was hiring mercenaries up and down the road."
That would be a welcome surprise.
Anybody know how to get that lock open for smash it?
Well, I could try to use my mage hand, but
I give it a smash.
What about we just see if it shrinks and bring it along and deal with it later?
Oh, it's good to have you back, Filnyr.
Hashe vola.
Pow!
Does it get like 8 times
Does it
bigger?
turn small, or
was
does it
that the
go
smallest?
No, Jonas's chest
Oh,
gets giant. It falls down on the ground. Are you kidding me?
Hashe vola.
It gets small again.
apparently they use different magic words for the Ederran chests than the Monterran chests.
Mocha says, "Come on, guys, let's just bring it with us. We'll get this lock off it later."
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
And when you sort of walk out of the tent, you
What's
let's
it look
see.
like? I want to like we have sort of a vantage here, right? Can we
Yeah,
see
you got
the
a
lay of the land?
So from here, you're still sort of in the storm, but if you look back up at the tower, you see this like blue, smoky shape that goes up about 100 feet straight up in the air, and you can see that from where you're standing, that there's sort of like a, I don't know. Have you been to a laser show before?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So you know how
Who are you talking to?
well, I know you guys are the right age for it. So they'll, you know how they sometimes will like shoot smoke up in the air and then project onto the smoke.
Of course.
So you can see the lasers that are there. So you see this. It's almost like it's not perfectly straight. It's more fluvial than that. Bluish laser that is going. I mean, you can tell it's going in the general direction of Lakeshire. And then another one that's coming off of the same area at the top of this blue shape. That, I mean, I'm going to call it a tower. I'm not sure it's a tower, but it's this like towering spire of blue spectral smoke.
Hey, Jonas, would you describe that tower as spectral?
It looks that way to me.
And the other laser is sort of going off toward in the general direction of the Briar wall. From there, so it's like 150, 200 feet up, and it's going in a direction that's hard to. I mean, you can't see from where you are where you know exactly where it's going. The camp looks like it was made. I think we said this for 200 men,
Right, and they started packing it up. But
they were
very
packing it up.
quickly.
Yeah. Abel, what's your passive perception? Remind me again.
16.
16? Yeah, no need to roll then. So you also spot amongst detritus that's left over here, you also recognize a 10-foot tall battle standard that's got gold at the top of it, that is on the ground. Tents that had been someone had started to sort of put a tent away, and then it looks like someone else probably said, "What the fuck are you doing? Just get out of here." And so that's left. There's a lot of weapons here too, but the battle standard looks interesting.
I will go over and pick up the battle standard.
Okay. No one speaks Undercommon. I know that.
Shit.
It is.
I mean, none of the characters.
None of the characters do. Yeah, it is. Oh, Wokus does. Actually, Wokus does. Yeah. It's a golden. It has a golden eagle at the top. It's a probably a 2.5 feet high with a 3.5 foot wingspan. Golden standard on top of this 10-foot pole. So this is a giant thing. It's ribbons coming down. You notice that even though it's raining, the ribbons seem to be on fire, but it's not hot. It's sort of a Hunger Games kind of trick of the mind.
Some kind of continual flame
Kind of continual flame spell. Yes, indeed. The 7th best spell in D&D. And Wokus says, Galgay Faustrope Aquila Porte. That's
way us day at they in May.
Yes. Well, I did not know you spoke the old tongue. Wokus sort of like, he closes his eyes and he's thinking, and he's like, this is real old elf or drow. Gal means demon. I know that much. Gal gay. Gay is like praying. Faust is probably just Faust, is my guess.
Are you saying gay gals are demons that prey on people?
I didn't say that, man. I guess that's a good. That's interesting. That's interesting.
I don't like the way this is going.
Aquila's eagle, and this is an eagle, and under the dark eagles, so in the Underdark, eagles kind of had this mythic quality to them, kind of like a power attributed to them that's different. I guess, flying things, they don't have those down there.
Right.
Trope. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a family or gifts from the ancestors. And porte is like in a box. What's that, Abel?
I think it's like a storytelling technique.
Oh, sure. Porte, that's in a box, and that's what the drows usually do with like gods or demigods or like royalty's name.
They put them in a box.
Yeah, they ride them in a box. They put them. That's like a I don't know what you call this thing. This square here that goes around.
It's an emphasis or something.
Are we beginning to think that this is not the Ederran battle standard?
Yeah, this definitely not a Ederran. This is I mean, it's got Faust's name on it. I'm guessing it's a Faust family thing, right?
Are we sure that Faust was fighting for Eder?
I don't know.
I mean, perhaps he was on the surface, but it was not his true calling. Oh, boys, what have we done?
Have we failed to properly vet the person we chose to purify this mythical soul
We did not
vessel?
exactly have time to check their background, so to speak.
At this point, I'm too curious. How far do I have to walk to get out of the storm?
Not far, 20 feet, 30 feet. The camp was set up at the bottom of the hill. The hill is what's enveloped in this. You could still be holding a normal volume conversation with your compatriots and get out of the storm clouds. You do see that it's almost like a line. Like you can see sun outside of this storm.
I'm going to take the battle standard and I'm going to follow Jonas.
Okay. And Wokus picks up the chest and brings it over to his horses. And
yeah, let me help you strap it on these two horses. They can probably carry it between the two of them.
Yeah, that's mighty nice of you. Thank you.
We can't see the valley from here, right?
You'd have to go up on the hill. You can't see out through this thing, okay. But you're close to Lakeshire here. Like you guys have walked through this way. As soon as you clear the darkness of the clouds and the storm, you can see very far away, and you can see that there are fires everywhere in Lakeshire. You can see that there is a spectral blue tower rising up from the center of Lakeshire. And you can see that the light shoots off of it to the northwest, and another one shoots off in the west, kind of general direction toward the Hark territory. And you see far, 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 far to the north where the Red Cloud Mountains are. You see it's hard to describe. Like you've not seen anything quite like this before, but it looks like the green and blue clouds of tornadoes. If you've ever been close to a tornado before, that's sort of not black, not gray, but sort of weird, unearthly doom of a tornado cloud.
By the gods.
Fellas, I'm becoming less and less concerned about having to guard this hill.
As it does seem like this problem is bigger than one tree.
What on earth is happening? What have we done?
And I think that really ends season 1 of Every War Must End, the Dungeon Dad podcast.
I will give it to you. That's better than, enlarge, reduce a tree.
I like the
Apocalypse
enlarged.
now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The valley ain't right.
Oh.
Clearly.
So when do we start season 2?
So for everybody who's listening, I think we're gonna have a guest appearance from another podcast.
Hey.
Ooh.
And so we're going to do an interstitial episode that's episode 27 or episode 0 of season 2 or something like that, that we are going to be calling Meanwhile in Lakeshire. And the following main campaign episode will drop in its normal time. We're going to keep producing these things. So every 2 weeks, episode 1 of season 2 is going to, there'll be a little bit of time pass, and I'm going to wave my fingers and say you guys are back in Lakeshire. And
Lakeshire or Lake and Hearth?
Lakeshire or Lake and Hearth?
Sorry, Lake and Hearth. You're back in Lake and Hearth.
Yeah. The one that's not burning, please.
That's right. Florn is alive.
Awesome.
All right.
Despo's alive.
Nice.
You don't have nearly the number of troops that Lake and Hearth had this morning.
Well, right. Sure.
Is Rolo alive?
Yeah, Rolo's alive. Rolo's alive. Cliff is dead.
You took Cliff. You took my character.
Yeah, I did. I can't believe how many people survived this season. First of all, I don't think many. I think there is going to be some who are going to die probably in the very first episode of season 2.
Oh, man. Come on now.
Man.
I'm sorry.
We've been doing really good. Even Felipe Madamba's alive.
Even he's alive.
Felipe Madamba is really alive. Felipe Madamba is hardcore alive. Thank you for that, Sam.
All right.
Tom giveth and
I
taketh
can't
away.
wait. I feel it's like, wow, it's just like, sorry, I'm kind of speechless. But it's amazing that we've gone for 26 episodes now. And it's amazing to do that and then feel like, wow, now the story's really getting started.
Now the story really begins.
Right. My gosh, man.
That's amazing.
This is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, this first season, as far as I'm concerned, you guys did a great job. The Brine stands a chance now, I think, partially because of you guys.
Hey, all right.
And
Sweet.
yeah, because things are better than they would have been without you. This is the one thing I can say. You have not brought doom and gloom into this,
Yet.
but this interstitial episode is going to give you some heartache, I think. And you are going to see a couple of the big players from that will be a major problem for you in the coming year, I guess. 26 episodes every other week. That's a year.
Yep.
Gosh.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you later, everybody.
All right,
Thanks for
everybody.
listening. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. You get all the bonus episodes.
That's right.
Yeah, you can hear us roll up our characters and
Do us a favor. Drop a review. They really help.
Yeah.
It's still
5
We- yeah, we-
subscribes still.
we stopped talking about it, but like it still helps us so much reaching new audience and keeping the other ones and thank you for the folks who have been binging and catching up and posting on Facebook. You know who I'm talking to, Jamie.
What?
You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about.
Like, honestly, I mean, people may, I don't know what people assume, but honestly, there's nothing I like better than like, oh, you know what part I really liked?
It's true. It's pretty great.
I'm like, that's why we do this. Is for people to go
it's
like,
so
oh, I
fun.
love that part when X, or even
Yeah.
more than just like good episode. I love it when people are like, oh, this was my favorite part, or that was my favorite line. I just love it. I can't get enough of it.
Me too.
awesome.
Me too. I love
we
it so
love it.
much. Guys, I love making this thing with you.
I can't believe we're gonna do it for a whole nother year.
I know. I'm so
Yes,
excited.
So good.
Come on back, and we have some surprises for you coming up. So, toodaloo, everybody.
Toodaloo.